Hey, what's up, folks? Slice'em here with Slice'em Gaming, and we are live again for another D&D time, whatever you like to call it, story time, D&D run, whatever you'd like to say. So, here we are. Last time, we had a lot of crazy events that happened. Probably not as crazy as the time before where one of our team members accidentally killed a cat in somebody's house and all that crazy stuff, but it's still been interesting. So now we move on to this, our last week. Last week, to give you a quick rundown, got into a couple pickles. The group split. The typical do not do, don't split your party. Well, we split our party up. And myself, Rocky the War Cleric, and Lucy the Crazy Cat, we went to the party. Our goal was to distract the town. And we did a pretty good job of that. Lucy ends up going over to the saber-toothed tiger, where they've got this like zoo show going on, and in the meantime somehow basically hijacks the saber-toothed tiger, enlarges it, destroys the tent, and causes this huge commotion, and walks away like nothing ever happened. Ta-da! It's Lucy. What do you know? So now here we are. We're going all over again. At this point, the rest of the party has broken in the mansion. They saved the girl, killed the guy, and they're getting out of Dodge. In the meantime, myself and, again, Lucy, the wild kitty cat, is at the festivities at the same time, causing chaos. So who knows what has or hasn't happened. But we will find out a little bit more today, and we'll continue to move on, hopefully, and see some fun, good times. So with that being said, I'm going to jump back up into our channel with all the group, and we're going to start this show, have some fun, and see what kind of craziness we can get ourselves into, because we have Lucy. That's sadly the name of the game. So, yeah, as you can see, this is episode 5 of the Tale of the Valiant Lost, a.k.a. What Will Lucy Do Next? She's picked up an evil staff. She's done all sorts of crazy stuff. What happens next, Lord knows, but leave it to Lucy to cause us trouble. So let's get rolling as I jump up there. By the way, what's up, Jose? Good to see you, brother. And we're going.
Or problem. But either way, looks like we are ready to go, everyone. So we'll do a very quick recap and pick up where we left off here. So,
what's up, Jose? How you doing, brother?
Our intrepid group of adventurers met with a Lady Fiona Watcher, who explained plans of hers to take over the town of Valaki by employing our group of adventurers to take out the Baron, his right-hand man, and anyone else that might get in the way. Now, Lucy and Rocky decided to go off into the town to create a potential distraction to keep things busy.
By the way,
so that Renard, Ginger,
congrats on your tiger,
could make their way to the Burgomaster's mansion. Once they got there, they were able to infiltrate easily enough, obtaining assistance from a cook. She agreed to assist them, and after a few close calls, they managed to find their way into the study of the Baron. He pleaded for his life, made a few cryptic offers before being put out of his misery by efforts of Ren and Renard. After that, the group decided it would be best to hightail it out of the mansion. Reports, however, had began to come in the main area of where the festival was being held, that different situations had arisen, such as where people couldn't talk or sound couldn't come out of areas. The tent show with Octavio and his large saber-toothed tiger apparently ended in quite the fiasco. So there's just a general sense of discontent right now. So we will pick up actually with the group right here, right outside. They have just left the Burgomaster's mansion, climbed over the fence, and the cook has also fled, making her way down south as much as possible. So we're gonna just do a quick check-in with you guys, and we're gonna check something else out. So let's go ahead and start up. We got Ren, Renard, and Ginger with Irina attempting to escape. Go ahead.
We are where physically?
You guys are outside of the Burgomaster's mansion, and you guys have just climbed over the fence, and now find yourselves in an area right outside of it, in the roads around it.
So the idea is to stay on the outskirts of town, to stealth about basically unseen, and go back to the woman that told us to kill the bear. Belong to me.
All right. So you guys begin to make your way, weaving in and out through the
Jose, can you still hear me?
to avoid detection. You can hear a lot of sounds and different cries and of disbelief, and sometimes no sound at all. Just some general, just a very interesting contrast to the festivities that you guys had heard earlier on your way over. So, as you are moving, though, there's just bits and pieces where different areas you can still hear the festival music there as you're weaving in and out, as though not all areas of the town had been affected. And as a matter of fact, we're actually going to go ahead and move over to to Lucy and Rocky. Lucy and Rocky, you guys find yourselves outside of one of the many establishments there. And in this particular spot that you're in, you haven't pulled any shenanigans or tricks just yet. So you can see commoners and there's a few guards milling about. What would you guys like to do?
Hey, Rocky, do you think, we created enough mayhem yet, or should we keep going?
Well, I mean, the way I see it is we need to make sure everybody in town is just totally just enjoying this grand parade. So I think we need to put on a fireworks show, maybe take care of some of this, extra sound issues. And like I said, I think we got some fun tricks up our sleeves that we can definitely have. So
It'd be nice to, make some money while we do this, too.
ooh.
Where do you think we should set up?
Well, I think us working in the shadows is going to do more than us being out in the scene.
What? I do my best work out in the scene.
I got a better idea. You play out in the open. I'll take care of the rest.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, when should we meet up later?
Well, I'll be within sight distance. I'll make sure that
Okay.
we can stay where we can see each other. How about that? If you
Okay,
get in
is
trouble,
that-
I'll be there.
Okay, DM, is that the rest of the group? Is that the Burgermeister's house right there? Hello, Russ?
It is not. That's actually so that they can see what's going on.
Oh, okay.
My little trick there, unfortunately, did not work. So I'll be playing with that. We'll try to make it to where you can see without tokens on. So just disregard them. That's just a little pile of tokens so they can see.
Okay, where are we? How far away are we from the church or the Burgermeister's house or the inn?
So you guys are actually. Pull up my map and I'll tell you exactly where we are. So you are in the. Let's see. Let me whip this back over real quick. Here, I'll show you actually the town of the map, and I'll show you where you guys currently are. So, can you see the map now?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to move you guys over. So you guys are actually here.
Okay.
In that
Okay.
area right there.
Okay, Rocky. Now let's keep an eye out for what was his name? Iskar?
Is
The
it?
captain of the guard. Isaac. Isaac?
Shish
Yeah,
kebab?
whatever.
Lucy's really bad with names.
Shish kebab?
Let's keep an eye out for that guy in the Burgermeister. Shish kebab and burger the burger.
Shish kebab and the
Yeah,
Burger Man.
yeah.
Yes, I agree.
And try to intercept him if we see him walking home, okay?
Deal.
Alright, Lucy would like to set up a site and do some busking, as they call it. And I'm gonna start playing my ukulele and singing songs. And we'll do some sparkles and fireworks. Trying to draw a crowd, maybe make some money. She'll put her hat down.
Oh, before you do all that, as you start to get ready, what I will do is I'll go ahead and cast. Give me a second here. Let me pull my handy dandy spellbook up. Whatever that is, that Dharma, whatever. Basically, your voice booms 3 times as loud. You can cause flames, this, that, and the other.
Thaumaturgy?
Yeah, that word, whatever. The big T word that I'm going to stick with, just like Thaumanuni or whatever. So anyways, As Lucy starts to set her deal up, and she's kind of getting ready, I'll cast a spell, and ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you tonight the one, the only, the prancing dancing kitty cat, the best in town, the one you'll only see once and only, right here, right now. Come on up, leave your tip, Lucy. And then I'm gonna kind of go around to the back.
Fake applause.
And then I'll turn around and recast the spell again, and basically have fireworks going off behind her as she turns around. So, big boom, just boom, 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 boom. It's going to be going off.
This is going to start singing. I'm not really going to start singing.
Oh no, I think you have to now.
Darn.
We've kind of went too far for you not to.
Jeez. Oh, I can't do it. This is too rough. It'll be bad.
Don't worry. There's only about 30 people watching right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, oh yeah, I was just about to start singing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Story all about how got turned upside down. And let me tell you about the Valiant Lost.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
What's up, Marco? Months behind. Good to see you, fellas. Can you guys hear me? I'm assuming you can, but let me know, please.
Okay.
Just want to confirm
So you're kicking off
that both of my mics are working.
There, your particular brand of music isn't necessarily known in Barovia, but that doesn't mean necessarily that you don't have a few people of interest kind of making their way towards. And as a matter of fact, your boisterous music and sound and loud voices does begin to attract a few onlookers, and they just kind of make their way in this general direction.
I hate you, what's behind.
You now can see that there's a group of commoners and other people that are just kind of crowding around. There's a guard nearby watching, and so they're just kind of listening and waiting and enjoying tapping their feet to the music.
Lucy is going to
Oh, I hate you, Marco.
hopefully not have to do any combat later because she's going to blow all her spells now.
Oh, God.
Lucy's going to cast Mirror Image on herself.
Okay.
And she's going to make 2 extra Lucys to perform with.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Since it's not in combat, hopefully we don't have to think too hard about it.
No, it's fine. I get the general idea.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So yeah, absolutely. So you're able to reach into your little well of arcane magic, your bardic powers, and create this illusion there, and 2 Lucys materialize. And
This is gonna
do
see
they
you,
follow
fellas.
your exact movements, or are they able to kind of move on their own?
They move with me and mimic my actions.
Oh, cool. Oh, I see. Yes, duplicates move with you and mimic your actions. Sorry. So, absolutely, that's really cool.
I mean, I would like them to, like, I don't know, randomly have different instruments so we're a band now.
No,
that possible?
they are like backup singers,
Oh.
backup dancers. So every time you point, oh yeah, perfect.
There we go. We've got, and so the crowd kind of delights a little bit as they see the 2 other Lucys appear next to you on either side, fiddling and fresh princing, if you will.
Let's do some more tricks. Lucy's also going to whip out her mage hands, and she's going to play without playing.
Ooh.
Really trying to show off for this crowd, maybe hoping to get a bigger audience.
So yeah, your little hat that you've got sitting down there on the ground, you start to see some coins begin to be tossed into there. A lot of approvals, a lot of nods and such, and it starts to fill up a little quickly. You see a few silvers, a few gold pieces, some copper.
So wrong, Marco.
Rocky, I need you to make a perception check.
And blind everyone, and then
Oh, sorry. Okay, I need to do what again?
A perception check.
All right, I'm on it. Da, 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 da. Okay.
Okay. So from where you're at, you catch a few words, something to do with Vargas, Burgomaster, people. Just you catch a few snippets of words not far from where you're at.
Well, in that case, I'll go ahead and throw a guidance on myself, and I'm going to really listen in this time and try to pick that up.
Okay.
So it's basically a reroll, and then also I've got to die 4 to add to it.
Okay. All right, so that should make it 16 plus.
Let's get the die 4 out. Oops. 20.
20. Perfect. So now that you've kind of honed in on that, you cast a quick cantrip there, and you listen in, and now you can hear next to you. See, and as you focus in and listen, you also then turn your head towards where the sound is coming from. Just a few paces across the road to your right, you see a extremely well-dressed woman, very well taken care of, beautiful clothing, and you can see that she has a little entourage of commoners with her. And one of them says, "My lady, would it not be better to travel with a few guards?" And she says, "Don't be ridiculous. We have nothing to fear in this town. No one would dare cause any trouble to our family." And one of them says, "Yes, I suppose that's true. Very few people would wish to, of course, tangle with the burgomaster, and certainly not his wife or anyone else." Exactly. Having said that, I am very, very excited to be watching this little cat girl. Is she one of the what do they call them? The Valiant Lost? Yeah, I believe they were a part of the group that helped with the Wizards of Wine. Oh, well, maybe we could invite them to the mansion later. I would love to have a private show. This is amazing.
That is not good. That is not good.
And so then it just kind of turns to just general chit-chat there between them all. As you kind of listen.
All right. All right, so she's fairly close then, correct? I mean, okay, I see her. I'm going to go ahead and, again, casting the cantrip to create the firework effect. Basically, let fireworks fly up over her, flicker lights above her. And we'll go ahead and do the booming voice again. And it's Lady Petrovia. We've got a guest star in the house. And then just let the lights flicker, changing colors over her. And draw attention to her being there and create a show around her.
Oh. Okay, so you see the commoners that are all kind of around her. They kind of like back up a little bit, and you can see this a big smile kind of erupt on Lady Lydia's face, and so she kind of like the little crowd around then kind of notice her, and there's a little bit of scattered applause towards her general direction, and she just kind of smiles and beams, kind of waves to her subjects, and blows a kiss towards Lucy as she approvingly nods at her little display.
We're gonna. You gotta be louder than that, people. Come on, and just continue to pump up the volume. Let's go. Pump up the volume.
Okay, so go ahead and make a performance check, Rocky.
Ooh, performance. Yikes. Yeah, no, not so much. We're just loud. I'm just a loud guy yelling about it.
So yeah, you're loud. You're big out there, and you're thrown out there, and everybody feels like you're kind of phoning it in a little bit. But you know what? This is a festival, and so they kind of look at you and what the heck? And the applause, the loudness of it all just begins to continue to increase. It. Everybody's enthusiasm is kind of like burning into each other person. It's just becoming quite the little crowd there. And as you guys see, there's a few more people that kind of have made their way up towards you guys' general area there. And now that you kind of glance around, most of the area, other people that were doing other things, other little shows and such, you guys have kind of began to take this entire street to yourselves. As everyone kind of moves in, watching and seeing, you've created quite the experience there.
All right.
Lucy's gonna come up and do some crowd interaction with Lady Lydia of Trovia.
Sure.
My lady, the other two Lucys are still playing.
Okay.
What brings you to the festival today?
Well, I wouldn't be anywhere else but the festival, of course. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to spread good cheer and to let all the people know that all will be well. And she kind of gestures her head towards everyone around her.
What has been your favorite part of the festival today?
Oh goodness. Well, your performance is definitely right up there in the top 3, I promise you.
Oh, thank you.
Hard to compete, though, with the food. Whew. And she kind of just pats her stomach a little bit.
Ooh.
A couple chuckles throughout the crowd.
Anywhere particularly good? Or perhaps any leftovers?
Not with me, but the Marnikovs from the Blue Water Inn have provided a wonderful stock of food and wines that have been flowing throughout the entirety of our lovely, lovely town.
Did you happen to see the carnival?
I did not. Unfortunately, I got there a little late there. I heard there was a little bit of a ruckus there. Maybe Tiger went crazy or something.
Oh, that sounds very fun. And whoever did that was a very fun person.
She kind of takes a sip of a glass that she has in her hand there, kind of like drinking off on it. One of the commoners hands it to her, and she takes it back after that. Indeed.
It's good to see you out here, milady.
Of course.
Do you by chance play?
Oh, I'm afraid the best I could possibly do is a few bars on the piano.
Singing, maybe? Dancing?
Oh, well, and she just kind of blushes a little bit. I'll leave that to the talented performers. I do not wish to make a fool of myself.
I bet if you started dancing, everyone would. And with those beautiful long legs and dainty feet, I'm sure you're a natural. Can I charm her?
You're gonna cast charm?
No, I don't have that, but...
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna make a persuasion check. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And so she kind of like looks at you, and you're very persuasive in what you're saying, and the wine has been flowing freely, and she's had more than a few glasses today, and all of the commoners now begin to shout, and you know, despite her better self, courage rises above her, and she says, well, maybe a dance or two wouldn't hurt anything. And so she kind of looks to one of the male commoners with her, and they kind of like do a little bow towards each other, and they kind of like then kind of move into a bit of a square dance, like kind of like grabbing arm in arm and kind of moving around, kind of a kick into their feet. And then you notice that after a few moments, a few other people begin to kind of pair up. Get a few other commoners begin to do that, and before you know it, you've got a little square of individuals that are all kind of like just dancing to this music, just having a really good time. Even one of the guards kind of like jumps in on it a little bit there. So it's good times here. You guys have created quite the little situation. Quite.
I would like to move the party. I'd like to start walking down the street and see if they'll follow.
Sure. Which way are you going?
We're in the middle, right? By the former carnival.
Yeah, you're a little distance from there, so it's not within eyesight. It's down from that, enough to where that you guys are far enough away that neither they can't see you can't see them. Just in case.
Was there like a opening, like a town square somewhere?
That was where the carnival was.
Oh.
Yeah, you were in the main part. You're kind of like in the side street, kind of leading off towards from it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the bigger. Yeah, like so. Basically, the town square kind of like extends all the way from there with the tent, and then kind of towards the middle of the town there. So you're just a little ways down from it.
Do you like Ray?
3 streets over.
What's behind
you're still
Marco?
technically on the main road that goes through town.
Okay.
So you're in a good spot as far as that. If you're aiming to go through the center of town, this is definitely the road to be.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Rocky because I have no idea which way to go. Shit. One of the Lucy's is gonna walk over and ask him.
Let's just stay where we're at.
Start dragging everybody.
I mean, I don't know why we would need to move.
I want to pick up everyone in town.
The people will come.
Okay, I'll trust you on this. Everybody, let's dance! We'll stay here then.
Okay. So, you guys dance, you're having a great time, it's fun, it's amazing. But, like all good things, it might possibly come to an end. And you see up the street a little ways, you see a man coming forward there with two guards beside him, and you can see now that as he kind of comes into view, it's Izek, the town sheriff, the town's man in charge, and he kind of looks and he sees what's kind of going on there, and he kind of, well, for lack of a better term, he kind of just essentially pushes his way through some of the dancers. No grace, no moving around them. He just kind of splits one group apart, and he's heading right
I'm
now.
gonna have to check it
The
out.
two guards are not following all the way, but just kind of hanging loose right there in the back, and he's making a beeline straight towards Lydia.
What does his face look like?
What does he look like? I can show you.
No,
No, like mad,
his
sad,
facial
happy.
expression.
Oh, what's his expression? It's a mixture of irritation and determination.
I would like to intercept him.
Okay,
It's
so
a guard captain.
he kind of
Real quick, correct me.
pauses
This
ever
is
so briefly, and he is a massive mountain of a man. He's not quite as tall as Rocky, but he's wider, and he's got his cloak is like wrapped tightly around him.
I'm gonna stand on the shoulders of another Lucy, so I can look him in the eye.
So he kind of pauses a moment.
Look, everyone, the guard captain's here to join us.
He kind of like his eyes just kind of narrow at you. I have no time for this nonsense, he says. I'm here to speak to the lady.
Nonsense on festival day? Why is it a happy, joyous day?
Yes, all will be well. And he makes what you would presume to be a smile, but it's more of a scowl than a smile. And he kind of just then shifts beside you, moving towards. I'm going to go over to here.
correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the one who puts the people in the stockade if they aren't all cheery, correct?
In general, the guards in general follow his command, and which of course his command comes from the Baron. So he may not specifically put every one of them in the stocks per se.
No, but he's the driving force.
All matters of law are handled by this gentleman.
How does Lady Lydia look? Is she...
She kind of looks a little flustered now that she kind of sees him coming. Kind of like a look of, oh gosh, what are you here to spoil now? But she,
Ooh.
you know, one of like, you know, I'm gonna stop and see what he has to say at least.
I think at this point I'll step up before he gets to Miss Lydia and basically he is not happy, nor is he smiling, nor is he celebrating or dancing. Isn't that breaking his own very rules that your husband set?
She kind of gets a very strange look on her face there. Kind of looks at you. Kind of looks back at Izek. Well, and she's...
And I'm going to go,
Well, sure,
we
that
should
was fine.
dance! And I'm going to put sparkles and flights over him as well. And then I'm going to start, Izek, Izek, Izek. And we're going to start clapping real big. I mean, those big old claps with the crowd. We're going to start raising our hands up.
You have to dance with him. You're bigger than I am.
Come on. And I'll pick Lucy up and let her jump up on my shoulder so that we can all dance.
And Izek is just standing there, almost immobile. You know, he kind of glances up at this little display above him. He sees all these people around him, and he kind of just really, really, really flustered here, as well as you can tell. He's not sure what to make of this.
As I dance, as we sit there and dance with him, or around or about him,
as he stands immobile, staring at you all.
I'm surrounding him.
I'm gonna be. Don't forget, people. It's the Baron's choice that we dance and celebrate today. We all smile, we all dance, and we all, every last one of us here today, is going to have a joyful time and prance on these streets and have a great time. All smiles, starting right here with your boy Izzy, Captain of the Guards.
I mean, you wouldn't want to bring Strahd's wrath down on us, would you?
No Strahd, all smiles. No Strahd, all smiles.
So, but as you guys say what you say, the word Strahd, you see a look of abject horror appear on Lydia's face, and actually some of the commoners around you as well kind of pull back, kind of cringe a little bit as you say that name, and Lydia kind of like we don't name him, and there's a bit of a damper.
The name not to be said, all smiles. The name not to be said, all smiles.
Not be named.
Yeah. Let's go. Dance it up, Izzy. We're going to have to dance extra time for my mistake. Let's see what those feet can do. Come on.
So while that's happening,
We're losing them, Rocky.
We're winning. As Lucy's up on my shoulder, I'll just kind of up towards her. We've got this. Look at this. Yeah.
We're losing the crowd.
We got it. We got this.
So while that bit is happening, our other intrepid adventurer. So once again, I will leave your tokens on this map so you guys can see what's going on. All right. So let's see here. Give me just a moment. Move a couple of things around. Good idea.
Man, we can't even tell which one is Lucy anymore. Her token is lost.
It's gonna be really hard to tell.
You didn't know I had bonus to stealth, did you? Or something. Cat blend, I don't know.
All right. Well, with all of the general insanity that's happening in the center of town, between things that happened before, between their current fiasco that's going on, the other group finds that it's very easy to move quickly through the crowd. They've disappeared at this point. You guys are weaving, making your way, and getting back to Lady Fiona Waster's house is not a concern whatsoever. You're able to traverse it fairly quickly. Most of the outside streets are devoid of almost anyone, and most of the guards aren't in that general area too. So your group finds themselves. You can hear the sound of the festival in the background, and you can hear all and see some of the fireworks in the background there from what's kind of going on. And the four of you find yourselves outside of the Waster house.
Okay. I'm gonna move up and knock on the door.
All right. My team's
So
on
the
break.
door
We're
opens
throwing
up,
our party. We
and
got our
you
jam
find
going.
Why, it's Ernst Larnick. Ah, yes. Ren, was it?
Yeah, you can call me Ren.
Yes.
Is done. I suspect we need to get off the road and inside.
Oh. Well, then do come in. He walks in and gestures all of you to come forward.
All right. Everybody follow me, I assume?
Ron will follow you in.
I'm gonna give Davit a really evil look as I walk in.
Your arch nemesis, David.
You see that she meets your gaze in kind, and you can just see her hand kind of fumbling at a dagger near her waist.
I'm gonna blow her a kiss.
Yes.
She does not return your blown kiss, but kind of paces over here a little bit and readjusts herself against the wall. Just eyes like daggers.
Ginger will remember that.
All right. So you all are escorted in, and you find yourselves now in the main study, and you see Lady Fiona Watchter sitting like before over on the couch, and she looks and sees as you all walk in, and as you come in, she does see Irina, of course, with you, and I see you were successful in your endeavors.
Yeah, we checked every box, you might say. I'm gonna kind of run up and jump on this little couch in front of her, like just leap over the back and nonchalantly lean against it, looking at her, and say, "I hope you have a plan for what comes next, cause yeah, they're gonna find him before too long."
So, you killed him? Did you deal with Izek as well?
Izek wasn't in, unfortunately. He's still, who knows where, somewhere out in this festival.
Her eyes narrow a little bit. He will be a problem. He still must be dealt with.
Suspected as such, but I plan to get to him.
What of his wife?
We waited until most everybody left.
Hmm.
Nobody else really saw us except a cook. There was a very helpful cook downstairs that helped us get inside.
See.
In fact, I told the cook that she could come here for safety. I hope that's okay with you. She probably doesn't have anywhere else to go at this point.
No, I suppose not. Well, any ally in my endeavors will be rewarded appropriately.
I gave her a parchment with a drawing of my gun on it, so if she can produce that, then that's the one that helped us.
She kind of just nods. Well, this is good news. This is very good news. So, if we can dispose of Izek, there should be no one else to oppose me. Well, I suppose there is the matter of his wife. She kind of looks over at David. Perhaps you could find the lady and escort her here to be my guest.
Wouldn't it be more fun to maybe bring Izek here for some reason or another?
Oh, no. I do not want that ruffian here. Gut him in a back alley, but I do not want him here. They say that he is no mere man.
Yeah?
That was not a warning you gave us before.
No, it wasn't. And she kind of looks up at the ceiling, the bullet hole still there. I suppose we both surprised each other. And then and so just so you guys know, while all this has been going on with leaving there and everything, Irina has been extremely quiet and withdrawn, answering no more than a minimal word or two. She's just, you seem like she just seems very introspective right now.
Big plans, gears turning?
You saying that to her?
Yep.
And she kind of hesitates, thinking it over, and then Izek told me why he took me there. And again, she just hesitates, as if she shouldn't speak, or maybe doesn't want to speak, but she kind of, everyone's now eyes are upon her, and so she's kind of gained the floor. And Jill looks at you and just kind of sighs a little bit. The reason why he said that he had she kind of like licks her lips just a little bit. Well, the dolls, he says that I've been in his dreams since he could dream, he says. He told me he was my brother.
Things you might want to have mentioned sooner.
Didn't know if I believed it. We've all been gone for a few minutes, truly.
I'll look at Lady Fiona at this point and go, so what exactly, if he's not quite human, do you say he is?
They say he is an unholy strength.
But what do you mean, since he could dream? You mean like since he was a child, or you mean more recent?
He says... Listen, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about how I came to the town, the village of Barovia, where we first met with, my other brother. But I am adopted, brought into the Barovian home. I've heard and she, again, she's very withdrawn right now. She's, not normally quite a bit more talkative, quite a bit more, she's just really hesitant, like whether she should continue or not. And then my brother, and she kind of gestures towards the general direction of
the church.
The church, yes. Excuse me. I mean, I knew I was adopted, and the reason why they thought that this would be the best town to be in, not only because of the saying that Strahd never shows his face here, but they thought maybe this is where it came from. Maybe he is my brother.
Bernard will look over at Lady Fiona and see how she's reacting to this.
Stoic. Her face is almost impossible to read. She's listening intently.
You know anything about this?
I have been well aware that he had been creating the dolls, as I mentioned before. However, I had not realized it had gone on as long as it had. I had made the assumption that it started when she had shown up here last year.
Yeah, you and me both.
It is well known that Isaac is considered to be the adopted son of the burgomaster. And it is also known in our village that he had a sister that disappeared.
So, speaking to Irina, you're pretty positive, even though you were adopted, the brother that's at the church, he's your blood brother or adopted brother?
He is my adopted brother, I do know that. But we've known each other since children. I've never thought of him as anything but.
Well, that is an interesting turn of events.
And yet it changes nothing, says Fiona. Brother or not, he is a trouble. He's problematic. And he is a dark, twisted man. Well, not a man, a monster. He still needs to be put down.
With that said, I'd rather not kill our late burgomaster's wife. She doesn't seem like she's going to be a problem.
Perhaps not. But as long as the old guard remains, it may be difficult for the new guard to easily move in.
I have a feeling we can talk reason into her.
Who are you? What reason shall you say that you killed her husband so that a rival house could take over the town and put her, in the stocks?
No, of course not. I doubt she has any great love for her husband. Sure, she loves him in some way, but he was an abusive maniac. She probably won't be too upset when the dust settles. My thought is if she endorses your house, then you don't have any problem with her.
See.
In fact, it would help your cause, wouldn't it?
I suppose it would. A forced endorsement is an endorsement, nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't know. She just seemed like a fairly intelligent person. I have a feeling that she would get on board more than, let herself be killed.
I suppose that's true. So, what do you plan then? Wait until the festival's over? It won't be much longer before his body's discovered. That will bring the festival to a screeching halt.
Oh yeah, things are about to come to a head outside, and yeah, I was really hoping you'd have more of a, of a plan to sweep in. And I mean, if you plan to be the power and the muscle in this town, you got the warm bodies to make that happen.
Oh, I do. Having said that, I had hoped that you would have eliminated all of the threats, making it much easier for me to move in. But with Isaac still around, this will be difficult. He has the entirety of the town guard with him, and none would dare oppose him.
Well, what are Ren and Ginger doing if I look over at them?
Ginger's chewing her fingernails.
Ren's sitting there with his hands in his forehead going, oy, 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 oy.
If I may, says Ernst nearby, it seems like they've made a right proper mess of everything. We sent them to kill all of the household, and they barely managed to take out one, and let alone the weakest. We all know that his wife was much stronger. So now we have a predicament. And what of you, Miss Irina? Do you wish for your potential brother to be killed in cold blood? And you just see Fiona just kind of shoot Ernst like a look of like, what the hell are you saying right now? And Irina, if he is my brother, I would ask of him these things. He barely would speak to me. I was there for not even 2 days.
What if we just confronted him in the streets right now with this kidnapping?
What's gonna happen?
You mean say to him, why did you take Irina?
Right. Accuse him of his crimes in front of everyone, in front of the public, so they'll know what he's up to. If he becomes violent, if we put him down, then there's no problem. Otherwise, he'll have to give us some answers.
Yeah, about that. If we do that, they'll immediately know we were the ones who pulled Irina out of there.
I mean, he's got bullet holes in him, kid. You see a lot of other people with guns around here.
Oh, but I haven't seen you waving yours around for everybody to see.
True enough. I do keep the babies hidden.
Oh, you all fools. If you don't think word of your acts and descriptions of you all have gone through the entire town, a town which normally has very few outsiders in it, you are all simply deceiving yourselves. You Valiant Lost have made yourselves quite the heroes in our little hamlet. And so, oh, trust me, the dots will be connected. The question is will you be seen as heroes or villains? And Ernst kind of just strokes his chin here a little bit. I will say this, you find yourselves in a difficult position. You are very much in need of our assistance now.
Ruh-roh.
Well, don't leave it there. Go on.
Well, I suppose you're the professional adventurers. Whatever you think is best, I suppose we should follow your lead. What say you, lady? think that we need to lure Izek and end him. And you see Irina, she just kind of makes just a slight gasp, just kind of like, very indecisive look on her face there. And maybe I could speak to him. It is well known that he thinks of the Baron as his father. He has been raised as such. They say they are closer than the Baron's own son. I'm not sure if anything would be able to stymie his wrath. This is quite the predicament we find ourselves in. Quite the predicament indeed. And we will pause there with your group. And we're going to flip back over to our other group.
Oh, yeah.
So, a little bit of time has passed since we jumped away from you guys. Izek is standing there now to the side with his arms kind of like against his chest there. He's just watching at this point. He's allowed everyone to continue with the dancing and such. And however, during that time, he's not taken any, interest in doing any type of dancing or moving around. Instead, he's just very much against everything, as you can kind of tell. And you see a few guards running towards him. One of them gets close to him, and he bends his head down enough so he can listen in.
Before he can say anything, I'm going to go ahead and cast Silence on Izek's sword.
Okay,
Or on his pants or something like that. It'll be on one of his items on his body. What's that?
Okay, it is a second level illusion ritual. One action, concentration.
Yep.
For the duration, no sound. Can be created within or pass through a 20-foot sphere. Center on the point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage. How about that?
Yep.
And creatures are deafened while entirely inside of it. So if he's essentially in the cone, he can't hear either.
No, he can't hear anything. Anything, from now on, anything centered around his sword
For up to 10 minutes.
for up to 10 minutes is a 20-foot radius circle, or, 20-foot radius circle there that no sound can come into. So all of a sudden he sees people running up to him. There's music, Lucy's dancing, everybody's chanting, and out of nowhere, he's deaf. He hears nothing.
And within 20 feet, so we've got 5, 10, 15, 20. So as far out as here, 5, 10, 15, 20, as far out as here, here, and here, because it's 20 feet. These are 5 feet squares. So essentially, this, let me draw a little circle here. So essentially, we're looking at basically this right here. All suddenly is no volume whatsoever. So 2 of Lucy's illusions are continuing along doing their things, or perhaps one Lucy and the other one's the real one, whatever you guys choose in that regard.
Who knows?
Either way, in this particular circle here, there's literally no sound escaping it or coming into it. And at first, if you're kind of watching Izek, you can see him kind of mouthing to the guy, and the guy kind of like says something again, and Izek kind of like points at his ear, and then the guy is kind of like puts his hands around his mouth, kind of almost like he's trying to shout at him, and then the realization comes. And then some of the commoners and the guards in the area also are just kind of looking around like real puzzled, as though this deafening silence. They don't know what on earth has possibly happened. You see a few people even kind of like rubbing on their ears, and you see Lydia here, who's kind of like right on the outskirts of your magical effect here, and she kind of takes a step back there, and as she does so, moving out of the radius of the cone, she's like, "What on earth is going on here?"
And I'm gonna, oh my gosh, Izek has been cursed for not taking part in the party. Oh no.
A curse.
A curse! Lady Petrovia, you've got to get him out of here. Put him in a cell or something. You don't have to arrest him, but get him out of here before he curses the entire town. This could be terrible.
So go ahead and make a deception check.
Before I do, I'll go ahead and cast guidance on myself, knowing that I'm about to do this. And what is it?
Deception.
Deception. Alright. And a die 4. 13.
Okay. So she kind of looks at you guys, and gets a minor frown on her face.
Well,
She's
time out.
not entirely certain what to make of what you're saying there, because she kind of...
Would not Lucy not get to put in on this as well? I mean, we're both now pointing and... I mean...
Which Lucy is the one?
They're all the one.
I would not put Lucy. Lucy was on my shoulder, if you remember, right? The real Lucy, because we were trying to get Izek to dance. And I wouldn't put it where she can't perform, or this would not work.
Okay.
So you want me to add to your deception, is what you're saying?
Well, I think we both would be trying to add to the deception that he is cursed. I mean, we're both basically wanting him to... I mean, our deal here is he's cursed. Look at him. He can't hear, and now people can't hear. It's Strahd, something. The guy that the name that cannot be said or whatever. He's causing him. He's not dancing. He's not partying. Look, Miss Petrovia, you have been dancing with us the whole time. You're having a blast, and look at all the people. We cannot risk this.
You see,
it is very suspicious.
You see Izek kind of come towards you guys, and as he does, the cone then moves with him, and now all of you, including you and Lucy, now can no longer talk to each other. He's moving towards Lydia,
And I'm gonna point towards him, and I'm waving my hands like, "Oh my! No music, no nothing." You know, obviously you can't talk, but my hands are waving everywhere. I'm like pointing at him, looking at her, puppy dog eyes. Please fix this. And then I'm going to grab Lucy and step back, knowing where the cone would be roughly, what has been casted, you know. So I'll step outside of the cone with Lucy.
Rocky, I think our cover's blown.
They don't have a clue what's going on. We need to keep Lady Petrovia on our side here, though. Just keep it up. Shh. And then at that point, I'm going to wave for Miss Petrovia.
and as you wave, and she kind of looks in your direction, she hesitates, almost begins to take a step forward, but then you see Izek kind of grab her arm, and he halts her there, and she turns upon him very quickly, and looks at him in the face, and you can see now, finally, a bit of emotion upon Izek's face, and you can see that he's kind of pointing to his mouth, and he shrugs a little bit, and he's kind of gesturing around the area, and you see her kind of mouth back, kind of shrugging her arms up towards him, and you can see now that while he did grab her, you can tell that his grip is not one of force, one more of there's more gentleness there than you might have suspected with the way that this man portrays himself, and he kind of gestures her forward, and she kind of looks back at you guys, looks back at him, and you see her actually reach out and run her hand along his cheek, just a reassuring thing, and she kind of holds a finger up towards him, and he just visibly, his shoulders kind of like almost a sigh, but he's just very perturbed. And so she gently moves his hand off of her arm and begins to walk towards the two of you.
Before she gets out of the cone, I am going to quickly whisper to Lucy, did you see what I see? Is that a thing that they got going, or...
I am not the person to ask, Rocky. I don't know what people do, what's going on there, but I'm pretty sure that she's
looks
like his mom or something.
I'm pretty sure she liked petting. Anyway, as she gets towards the edge.
Yeah, and she's just, making noises with her mouth, and she kind of, she's kind of clicking with her tongue, trying to choose to obtain audio of some kind. And when she does so, at this point, all around you, everything is kind of grinded to the halt, and there's just a general fear of the situation. And as she walks out of the circle of your magic there, she begins to create sound again, and she looks back, and then walks back a little bit, noticing that the sound has disappeared, and moves back out. And she's like, something has befallen my poor Izek. This is terrible.
For the safety of everyone, we need to put him somewhere safe. Just put him in the courthouse or something. I'm not saying he needs to be thrown in jail forever, but we need to put him somewhere to make sure that nothing bad happens to the town or to him.
My lady, this guard runs up.
Mother
I was trying to speak to the captain. It's the Baron.
Hold
and
on.
She looks alarmed, turns her head towards him. What? What's wrong?
I'm going to go ahead and cast...
Stop casting, Rocky.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Command on him, and very quietly, the command is going to be forget. And he gets to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's my save?
The save's going to be... Hold on. What is it? It's like 13? I guess it's what? 8 plus 2 plus casting level plus spell, so... Yeah. Where is our spell save DC?
Your character sheet.
I'm looking. Trying to.
You should be able to click the spell and it'll link it.
Don't be silly. He doesn't do that.
Yeah, who wants to do that crap?
That would require him to actually fill out his character sheet properly.
Correct.
Ooh, busted.
So 12.
I just got to save against a 12.
Yep.
Say I'd saved.
Son of a gun.
Still got your inspiration.
I do. What does inspiration allow us to do?
It allows you to reroll.
Oh.
Nothing to do with my save.
Well, all right. I will. Crap. Let's go for it. I'll go ahead and burn one of my feet, Lucky, and make him reroll.
Oh, you took Lucky.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the dirtiest feat in the game.
Cool. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Mother
Save again.
trucker.
Do we have like 2 more burns of Lucky?
Yes.
Just keep going for
I mean, if you were going to use Lucky, I'd use your inspiration first, because if he gives you another inspiration down the road, it's just wait.
So while you're trying to cast your spells, trying to figure out a way to get out of the situation, you also are concentrating on your cone, keeping it going. So between the two things happening there, you're just not able to get your magic to flow properly onto the guard. And so
Son of a gun.
he's dead. He's dead. He's dead, my lady. He's been killed. Dead? No. And she's just in disbelief. I don't know. There's some foul things happening.
Milady, Lucy's gonna interrupt. It seems, I couldn't help but overhear, but it seems like something bad is happening right now. We need to get you and Isaac to a safe space.
But if Isaac is being targeted or cursed, what will happen to him?
I think if we can get him someplace away from other people. It's clear that somebody is in line of sight and was able to curse him directly. That means they're already in the town. Especially if, I'm sorry to say this, if the Baron's dead.
Oh, God, yes.
Is there someplace that you can go? Any friends?
Or my room?
She kind of looks at all of you and she just looks around and kind of imperiously she yells out. She goes, "Guards!" And anyone within earshot outside of the cone, you see a few individuals kind of move forward there. See one or two here. Now all of you are together. And you see Isaac kind of like moving himself around, even trying to kind of test and see what's exactly happening. He's just trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. And moving closer, moving back and forth. We will all go to the mansion. And she looks at you and Rocky, Lucy. The two of you, can I count on your aid? Valiant Lost.
If you think it's wise to go to the mansion.
I don't know if it's wise or not, but we must see what has happened. I must see him.
I'm gonna look up at Rocky. Nudge him. What do you think?
Lady Petrovia, may I make a suggestion?
She nods her head.
Take yourself and Isaac, go to the, what would it be here? Like a town hall or wherever the jail would be, a holding cell area, a safe place other than your own mansion. Go there, get inside and lock down the building. Take your guards, put everyone in that building with you. Me and Lucy will go there. We will see what's going on with the Baron. I will bring you a report, but it does no good for us to put you in harm's way, especially with Isaac being cursed right now. Both of you inside of one spot where you can protect yourself is much, much more valuable with your guards than us walking across town not knowing who is or isn't targeting us.
He has a point.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage. So she looks at you, and it's evident there's quite a bit of fear on her face, and the things that you're saying, they ring true. And with Lucy there, nodding and agreeing with the two of you. Very well. And she, give me a parchment, she says to Lucy.
I give her a parchment.
And she writes a note. Isaac, take me to the prison. And so she gives it to one of the guards to take over to him, and he sees it, he looks at it quizzically, not quite sure what to make of it, but he slowly nods his head in agreement. And at this point, a few of the guards kind of come over. Milady, we'll escort you and the captain.
And I'm going to turn to them. We need everybody with the lady and the captain. We cannot risk something happening to them. Me and Lucy will take care of the Baron, and we will make sure we come back with whatever's happened.
All right, then. Go, find out, report to me, quickly.
No matter what, Miss Lady Petrovia, it is important that you guys stay there. We cannot have us all running around trying to find each other. I need to know where to find you when the time comes. So stay there, hold up, and protect yourself. Whatever you have to do to make that guardhouse safe, do so. We will hustle back as quickly as we can. promise me you will not leave.
We will do all we can to stay safe. You know.
Lucy, let's be swift.
All right. Lucy climbs on Rocky's shoulder. Asked her that way.
All right. I'll let Lucy climb up on my shoulder and let's go.
So you guys then run out of the way, and as you guys are running, you can see now.
Wait, before we
the,
leave, I'm going to turn around to Lady Petrovia. Is there something that you or Izek have that I can use as a symbol showing that we are blessed by you all to move freely and do as needed amongst the city and at the Baron's mansion?
Here, and she reaches up to her neck and she unties her necklace and she hands it to you. This and she scribbles a quick note on the back of the parchment that you give into her. You know, they are currently, assisting me, myself and Izek, in the investigation, and she hands it to you guys.
All right, now be quick, and we will be too.
So, you guys then begin to run through the streets, heading back the direction that the guards initially came from. And the Burgomaster's mansion's not far, so you two are able to make it very quickly, especially with Lucy riding on your shoulders. You're long-legged, and you guys, no problems getting there. And as you arrive, you can see that there's a few guards. Let's see here, standing out front over here.
As we're running, I'm going to whisper.
And actually, I'm sorry, you guys are going to be over on this side. Just give me 1 second here.
As we're running up, I'm going to whisper to Lucy. I think we did a great job, by the way. Touche on your performance.
Oh, and you, Rocky. Let's hope we can all get out of this town alive soon.
Let's just hope. Obviously, they did their job. The question is how well.
Yeah, let's hope they're not in the mansion still. But I guess we'll find out.
I guess
Let's
we
see
will.
if we can get rid of these guards too.
Should we take them out?
Maybe we can just send them along to the lady.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
So the two of you now are approaching the front of the mansion, and you see a few guards standing out front. Like, halt there, says one of them.
No, you halt there. Sorry, Rocky, Lucy, we're in charge of this investigation now. I'm going to need you to step up, tell me what's going on, and do you know of any witnesses that were here when this all happened?
They look at each other and look at you. Who are you to be ordering us around?
Oh, here, hold on. I'm going to hold up her necklace and the paper. This necklace says she wrote this letter. That letter says you do what I say. Let's make this quick. We got a lot of questions to be answered. Hurry up.
They look at you. They look at that.
I'm going to look at Lucy. Obviously, they don't care what Miss Lady Petrovia has to say. Maybe we should just let her know.
Captain Izek? We sent them to get him.
And Izek was cursed. So unless you want to let him be cursed forever and keep the Valiant Lost from doing what we're supposed to do, Lucy, I think we'll just tell Miss Lady Petrovia about this when we get back. We could probably be getting back to we could probably be getting back to saving her with her curse Izek right now, but instead these guys want to ask us a bunch of questions. Did you ask them a bunch of questions? I asked them one question. Did you ask them any questions?
I didn't ask a single question, Rocky.
Well, I didn't ask but one question. Do you know of any witnesses?
They kind of fumble for words for a moment. Look, if
witnesses, yes, no, up, down, left, right, this person, that person. Help me out here.
No witnesses.
All right. Useless. It's you, other one. Come on, talk, boy. Do you know anything?
Look, here's what we know. All the staff in the house has been accounted for with the exception of the cook.
What cook?
Some cook,
Well,
some
time
common
out.
woman.
Wait.
And she's not here?
She's not.
Better question. Was she a good cook or a bad cook?
I don't see how that's relevant.
It's very relevant. I'm the investigator. You're the person I'm asking. Answer the question. Stay on topic, please.
We We don't eat or cooking.
What? You don't eat? What do you eat?
Rocky, stay on target.
Look,
These people are buffoons. They are leading us down about a cook, asking us if she cooks well or not. Why do we care if she cooks well or not? All right, we're going to need you guys to step back a little bit. Make sure that nobody else gets in this house right now. Is all the doors unlocked? Do we need anything to know?
Everything is locked tight.
Okay, has anybody else escaped since you've been here?
No, not that we've seen.
Time out. Not that you know, or not that you've seen, or you're not for sure. It's a very important question. Answer it honestly, boy.
At this point, you begin to fluster these guards to the point to where they're not quite sure what to make of you. You seem like you kind of are important, but your words are so ridiculous that they're not quite sure if they should believe what you're saying or not.
As
It's
they
kind of like,
as
look,
they stand there looking.
if you're really here from the lady's invitation, why are you wasting time discussing such things with us?
Well, let me explain.
Who's wasting whose time?
Exactly. Thank you, Lucy. And if
Listen.
nobody has left the building, the killer is likely still in the building. If somebody left the building and you didn't know about it, well then maybe we've got a problem. Maybe we got a little sneaky. Or a magician or something crazy. But right now, you guys have been so slow in answering questions. Lucy, let's get inside and see what we can figure out. If anybody will crack this case, it's you and I.
So the two of you then move forward to go in.
Yep.
They don't stop you from passing, but as you walk into the doorway, you do hear one of them say, "I thought that big one was a lot quieter."
Into the
You
house.
walk in and walk straight into another guard.
No.
Well, who goes there?
You tell me who goes there. My name is Rocky. This is Lucy. This is our papers from Lady Petrovia telling us to head this investigation.
What is the captain?
The captain is in the jail
With the
cell
lady.
with the lady protecting her because he got cursed earlier. He couldn't speak and anybody around him couldn't hear or speak either. It was a wild sight to be seen.
It's the work of the devil.
How
Probably.
many guards are here at the house?
There's a few up at the top.
We heard that a cook's missing. Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
Is there a cook missing or did you find the cook?
No, we haven't found the cook.
You haven't found the cook. I see.
I think it'd be in everyone's best interest. Captain Isaac asked you all to go down to the prison where they're holding up.
Or
Huh?
we could put these guys on patrol around the house, making sure nobody enters or leaves except for us, and making sure nobody else comes in.
That would keep our crime scene intact.
It would. It's important that we know have nobody messing with our scene around here. We've got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time.
Listen, here's the thing. The Lord's son is still here. He's up in the attic.
Do what?
The Lord, his son, he's here. Victor, he won't leave.
All right. You guys get everybody outside. Leave us to that. Is the Baron's body still upstairs?
Yes, no one's touched it.
Or I don't know he's
come with me.
upstairs. I'm sorry. I'm assuming the Lord's or the Baron's body is still in the building.
Yes, no one has touched it yet. We were not going to do anything until Isaac got here.
Well, that's good.
Look,
That's
Come
good.
with me upstairs. And he
All right.
moves upstairs, and again, for you to follow.
Wait.
Yes?
Okay, go ahead. Take us on up. Show us the body.
Okay. So as the two of you now come up here, you make your way around the corner, and you are standing in front of a couple other guards. And he quickly reiterates why you guys are here, what's going on, and then the two of them kind of nod, and then move out of your way, allowing the two
Marco.
of you guys to enter into the study. And when you do, you walk in and you find a bit of a grisly scene here. You see the two dogs have had their heads imploded, their bodies laying on the ground, blood kind of pooling, drying underneath them. You see the Baron's body in the chair that he normally would rest upon, laying flipped over. He's laying back on it, and you can see that he has puncture wounds from most likely swords, and also you see the telltale sign of a bullet wound as well.
In this day and age, how many people recognize a gunshot wound?
As far as with like individuals,
Yeah, like in the town, who would know
Well,
that it was gunshot?
either way, they're gonna know it's not a sword stab. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, I personally know what a gunshot wound looks like.
so here's the thing.
I just
Yeah.
asking in general.
In the Forgotten Realms, which was where you guys hail from, guns are rare but not unheard of. Tales have been and talked about them. However, you guys are not in the Forgotten Realms. You guys are in Barovia. And so Barovia is a little different. There are not typically firearms in Barovia, or if they are almost legendary in talk.
Okay.
So, you don't know entirely certain what people will or won't think in this situation.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut the study door.
Well, first, okay, we're gonna tell the guards. Let's go out to the guards. All right, guards.
You go out.
Yeah,
See if you can get rid of them. Have them go outside or something.
yeah. I'm gonna need everybody out of the building. Don't let anybody else inside. If anybody comes close, I need somebody to come inside and let us know. Yell before entering so that we can make sure that we know what's going on. We can't have any
We know how to
surprises.
deal with curses. Lucy's gonna yell out the door.
What's that?
I'm gonna yell out the door. We know how to deal with curses.
Yeah.
And there could be more.
We'll go down to the bottom floor and give you time, but not long. And you hear them 3 footsteps as they make their way upstairs.
I'm gonna go back into the study. Yep. Yes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, let's take a look here. This dog's head's been blown off. What about this one?
Well,
Yep.
no doubt
I'm
about
gonna.
it.
Can I look around the room for various interesting items?
Of course. So you look around the room for various interesting items. And upon inspection, you do find his desk has all kinds of letters and things of that written on them. You can see that there is a cabinet as well that can be opened or closed.
I wanna search his desk.
Okay. Just a moment.
So, Rocky, what are we gonna do?
Well, we only have one choice, and that's to make this look like
Burn
something.
the house down?
You know, the sad thing is, I was thinking that.
Rocky, I feel like we've really bonded.
The sad thing is I agree. Oh no. Rocky looks at you and he's gonna go, I don't know that that's not the brightest idea. The thing is we need to make it burn down after we're out of the house, and it needs to look like something totally else.
Maybe we can rig up like a bomb or something.
No,
You have something in mind?
I do. I got something great in mind.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Let me look around a minute and see if there's anything useful to be had.
In the meantime, you go through everything. See if there's anything useful that we can grab.
Okay. So now that you guys are inside of this study, this office, and you can look around, you can see now there's, around the outsides are books and shelves, various ones that have got different types of tomes and parchments. The desk itself, going through it, 3 drawers, one stuffed with blank sheets of parchment, jars of ink, writing quills. Another one holds thick books, tax records, after a little scanning through it, dating back to times long ago. Does anyone actually look at the Baron, or are we mainly just looking at his stuff?
Oh, we're gonna look all over. Yeah, I mean at this point, anything and everything is looked at.
So you now can see that moving around on the, kind of rifling through the Baron's body, for lack of a better way of putting it, You can see that he is carrying. There's 3 keys that are hanging from his belt on a ring.
Okay.
I'm gonna take keys.
And of course, resting on the ground nearby is a rapier that he had kept for defense. Just kind of laying there.
Does it look nice?
Yes, it looks very ornate, very well put together.
Ooh, I will take that too. That's
You know-
my weapon, isn't it?
You know what? While we're at this, let's just go ahead and throw Detect Magic to make sure we don't have anything throwing any major issues here.
Let's see here. What's the range on Detect Magic?
30 yards. I'm sorry, 30 feet. 30 feet. No, wait.
That's a
30 feet.
long way.
Rocky, before we burn down the house, I think they said there was somebody trapped upstairs.
Yeah, we need to make sure the house is emptied.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic. Go ahead and make a perception check as well, please.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. You turn off your advantage
Oh,
toggle.
yep.
but
Sorry.
No problem.
Fixed.
Okay. So, you don't notice anything in the immediate vicinity around you directly, but you do notice that there are magical auras, faint ones. You see one coming from this direction here, where I'm pinging on the map.
I can't see it.
You can't see it? Okay.
No.
It's like outside of the room here. So like where I'm pinging right there?
Nope, don't see it. Do you see it, Lucy? Am I going crazy?
If I, like, how far outside of the room? Because I'm pretty zoomed in close.
Are you? Okay, here.
I'm circling
So,
around the house.
Where are you?
I'm taking my token and I'm walking all around the house and I don't see it pinging.
Okay, can you see that ping right there?
No, is it because of the fog of war or whatever? We can't see.
It might be. Here, let me help you out.
Are you on a different level, maybe?
You're on the top floor.
Yeah.
Since you guys are kind of... You're in that room there.
Yeah, we're boxed in.
Okay. You see a little more now?
Yep.
Yeah, the left half of the house.
Okay. So, now can you see a ping?
I don't.
Is it on the right side of the house? Be that way.
That's weird. Okay, so basically here, I'm gonna just use my freehand tool here. So
Okay.
you detect magic from this area, somewhere in this general direction, in there.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
Okay.
I still didn't see anything for a second.
Alright. You also detect magic above you, and it is over this direction, like that way towards the house. You can kind of see it over on the far side. Your
Okay.
best guesstimate, somewhere above the staircase.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where you detect magic.
I'll tell Lucy, come with me, hurry.
Are we done investigating this room, though?
Yeah, you check the room and I'm going to go over here.
Okay.
So I'll head over to this room over here where I saw the
Okay,
first aura.
so you go up and you come around, and you're in here. So now that you've gotten into here, you now feel like the magical aura. So you've gone through the hallway, and this is the master bedroom. So kind of walking into it, you can see everything is well furnished. Kind of, old looking, but still nice enough. The furnishings have lost some of their color and splendor, and you see a short pull rope hanging from a wooden trapdoor on the ceiling. The magical aura that you're detecting appears to be coming from this closet over here.
Okay, I'll go in there.
So you open the door, and upon walking in, you get this whiff of powder and fine perfume just kind of hit your face. You see a vanity with a mirror standing against one wall next to a faceless wooden mannequin wearing a white rhino gown. Mounted under the wall is a full-length mirror with a gilded frame. A door in one corner leads to more wardrobe area. The mirror is shimmering with magic.
How big is this mirror?
It's person length. It's like one that's kind of like standing.
Okay, so it's standing.
It stands against one wall. And as you kind of walk over towards it, you can now see this image of magic just kind of shining around the side.
Okay. Any chance I have any idea of what this is, or?
It radiates with an aura of conjuration magic.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Sadly, nothing happens.
Okay. Shoot. I'm gonna take this mirror over to Lucy.
How big is it?
It's just person
You'll
size.
have to turn it sideways to get it through the.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna kind of
I mean,
slide it through and take it down the hall to her. I mean, it's not attached to anything. It says just a standing mirror, right?
Yep, just lean against the wall.
Yeah. So I'll just take it and take it in here to Lucy.
Okay.
This mirror is magic.
Nice mirror, Rocky. Oh, did you like touch it?
I just carried it here.
Well, I'm gonna put my paw on the mirror. Anything happen?
Yes, you fog up the mirror a little bit with your paws and you streak it a little.
I'm gonna tell her. I know it's some sort of conjuration, but I don't know anything else.
Can I use my Arcana to look at it?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana. That's fine.
Oh.
This is a nice mirror, you think?
Know anything?
You can't determine if there's anything magical about it. Maybe Rocky is off a little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and
He's been
cast.
testing himself lately, so maybe he's just the next extension of it.
I'm gonna go ahead
I think
and cast guidance on her and touch her and say, "Please, Lucy, I'm telling you, it's magic. Look harder."
Do you think it's flammable?
I don't know. And like I said, I'm gonna cast guidance on her and tell her to check one more time. So you get an extra D4.
A D4 added to it.
Yeah.
So,
So
I just roll again.
Yeah.
Add a D4.
and then add a D4.
18.
Way to roll
What
it
does my
one.
extensive knowledge about Arcana tell me?
So, you think about it, and you think about it, and you look at it, and you walk around it. You put your hand on your cat chin. Take a little pace around. Well, you say. You think about it. Maybe. It springs to mind. You once knew of another bard, another magic user, and they had a spell called Identify. And you know that Identify can determine magical properties or anything else on a magical item. A little more specific than Detect Magic, whereas Detect Magic simply knows where magic is. Identify can be used to ascertain perhaps what its properties are, how to use them, requirements, things of that nature.
Oh yeah, Rocky, do you know Identify?
I do not.
Nah, me neither. Chuck it in the pile. It'll burn good.
No, I don't like giving up crazy good stuff. Maybe we can hide it out somewhere and take it later.
I'm pretty sure we were going to burn the house down, so I don't see how that's going to work.
Yeah. All right. There's one more deal. It looks like it's up over the stairs. I'm going to go see what's going on over there. Have you found anything else of use here?
Did I find anything else in here?
You've got a lot of really interesting books, and while you're not necessarily the most astute librarian, you get the vibe that some of these books probably are worth a little chunk of change. But other than that, not much else.
Nope. Nope, I didn't find anything. Just a sword.
All
And
right.
Lucy's gonna go around and knock over books and other flammable things and kind of pile them around the body. Come back to
Alright.
this later.
Okay. Let's go
Any
see what
any
this...
flammable liquids in the room I can spill.
Is ink flammable?
No stash of like liquor in the corner.
No, this is more of a library, more of a study type room. So this is pretty. This is where you get the feeling this is where affairs of state are taken care of. Not a drinking room.
You said upstairs, Rocky? I think that's where they said his son was.
Yep.
I'm kind of like, he might be weird because I think they keep him locked in the attic.
Oh, well. Let's find out.
Hey, maybe he'll be nicer than the rest of them.
Let's hope. And with that, we'll head towards the other area that I saw the...
So
Carrying that mirror with you the whole time, too.
Nope, I'm leaving it.
I'm
Just
gonna grab
strap it to your back.
I'm going to move you two around a little bit. So you guys kind of wander over in this general direction. And now that you're here, you can... The detect magic is beginning to wear off, but you feel like it's above you, but you don't see any way... You don't see a set of stairs leading up. You don't see any obvious ways up over here.
Okay. Whatever it is, it's above us. Oops.
But no stairs. Let's look around. Maybe it's just like a hidden latch or something.
I'm going to pick Lucy up.
Is it like a pulled-down attic staircase? Is there just a string hanging from the ceiling?
No, you guys kind of peer around. Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Ooh.
Booyah!
So you're on his shoulders. You're up there. You start tapping on the ceiling a little bit. You're looking around.
Double click.
Rocky, you can't see anything because Lucy's feet are on your eyes.
I was going to say, she's getting all the...
She scratched her face a little bit as she kind of sits herself on top
Would
of
you
you.
watch
Her
what
tail
you're doing
kinda
with your
whacking
feet,
you.
please?
Shh, quiet. I think I got something.
So, Lucy, you know there's a room up here. But you run your hands along the seams of the walls, you look at this around, and you are 100% certain that however you get up there, it's not in this area right here.
I think we have to... I don't think it's here, Rocky.
Then there's got to be another way. Obviously.
Let's see. If you wanted to lock your son in an attic and only see him sometimes and hide him away from everybody else, where would you go to get to see him occasionally? I assume he has to eat like food and stuff. Where did you get that big mirror from again?
In here. Come with me. So I'll take her into the closet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception roll again, Lucy, as you guys walk in the room. So you're on high alert, you're watching, you're paying attention, and as you walk into the master bedroom, you see Rocky kind of going back towards there, but you catch a string hanging from a door in the master bedroom. Up.
A string?
Yeah, like a rope.
Oh. Am I still on Rocky's shoulder?
No, you're down at this point because Rocky's gonna go try to go poke around in there, but you notice that.
Can I reach it?
Not without help.
Okay. Rocky!
What?
String! Come here.
You know, just because there's a string doesn't mean it's
come here.
playtime.
Just come. Just come here.
Fine. I'll walk over there to her. What?
I'm gonna instantly climb up on its shoulder.
I am not your personal climbing tower.
I'm gonna jump and grab it.
Yeah, no problem. And as you yank on it, a little rickety, little staircase kind of just starts tumbling down right out of it. You can see that there's an obvious entrance into an attic.
Haha!
Nice. Well done. I'm glad I told you where to look.
Yeah, let's go. You go first.
You really want me to go first? You should go first.
No, that's true. Is it dark upstairs?
Yeah, it's a little dark up there.
Okay, I'll go first.
What's up, KP? Good to see you, brother.
Okay, so Lucy, you find yourself
I agree, Marco. If you're doing estate stuff, there's
now
stashes of liquor.
here,
You and I both know that.
and
Oh, hold
you
on.
see a dusty,
Where are we at?
about a 20-foot square room. High-pitched ceiling reaches its peak, a good 15 feet above you. The wooden rafters you can see are shrouded in cobwebs, except for an old table. And you see a lantern that's just kind of barely lit, just giving a very light illumination. Sorry, you're right here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I'll follow up
Turn
behind
over
her.
here. Okay, so here.
Is there anything else in the room?
Nope, just a little lantern. It's just barely lit. You guys could relight it. You can look there. You could see. You can easily relight that lantern.
Okay.
I'll turn the light up for old Rocky.
Thank you, Luce.
So you see a door right here.
I'm gonna tentatively knock on the door. Hello, Victor?
You wait. You listen. Nothing.
I'm gonna try to open it.
It opens easily. And now you can see a large attic filled with dusty, old, forgotten things draped in white sheets piled around them. Barrels, crates, trunks, old furnishings covered with cobwebs, dust. You can see clear footpaths through the maze of junk.
Ah, look at all this cool stuff.
Wow. This is nuts.
This is gonna go scampering around, looking for cool shiny things.
I'm going to head over towards that general area where I know that the item was roughly at before.
Yeah, and you see a door over here as well.
This is a nice couch. Why would they put this up here?
Such a liar.
Lucy's just sitting on a couch testing it out.
Lucy, make a perception check.
KP, you lie, man.
Is it like a haunted couch?
Lucy, you spy a chest over here in the corner.
Rocky! Treasure!
What? All right. I'll go over there with her.
It opens easily enough.
Thank goodness.
Inside of it, a single book laying in there. Old, very old. Looking at it, you're almost a little worried to grab it as if it might disintegrate upon touch.
Lucy's also afraid to just grab things lately. She's gonna take a handkerchief out of her pocket and gingerly pick up the book.
Okay, so you pick it up, and you can see very clearly, with a little bit of rubbing on the front of the cover, you see the signet of Strahd that you've seen in the past.
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck that into my bag for now. Did I pick up the rapier earlier? I would have.
You said you did, yes.
Okay. I'm just making a note of Lucy's pockets. No.
No problem.
Did I notice the Curse of Strahd symbol, or are you going to tell me, or?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fold it up. We'll look at this later. I think we kind of should probably hurry.
Fair enough. Let's move quickly. And I know there's a magic item on the other area, so I'm going to point her towards that way and say, we need to get over there. There's definitely something worth having over there, or at least checking into.
I still haven't seen that kid up here at all either.
And we got all those keys. They got to go to something.
Maybe, well, I'm guessing we're going to find out right now.
Well, let's see.
Is there a lock on this door?
So yeah, you guys walk over, and now you see that someone has carved a large skull into this door. Hanging from the doorknob is a wooden sign that reads, "All is not well," in all caps. You hear faint voices from behind the door.
Like one voice or multiple voices?
Yeah.
You don't know?
You listen, you strain. You're not sure. Maybe just one voice, maybe it echoes. Kind of hard to tell.
Okay, I'm gonna knock on the door.
That is
Victor?
correct, Marco. That is correct.
And you hear like a startling, you hear some footsteps. You hear some something kind of sounds like it kind of knocks over. Who's there?
Hey, Victor. I'm a friend of the Baron and the lady.
Go away!
Kind of a friend. Just a friend.
Victor! I hate the Baron and the lady.
What?
I don't know. I just thought maybe we could be friends.
What are your thoughts on the Baron and the lady?
Do tell us how you feel.
Either way, can we come in?
I'm conducting a very important experiment, and I don't have time. There was a lot of noise earlier and shouting, and I heard a little explosion or two. I didn't see any fire, so I figured things are fine.
I know there appears to be some small fires downstairs, and we're probably going to need to get out of here pretty soon.
Yeah. There's a time issue here.
Yeah.
If my mother or father have sent you up here to bother me, tell them I'm not interested.
Well, I mean, we could leave you here, but...
I don't think that's a good idea, Lucy.
But you won't last long on your own, Victor.
What are you all talking about?
Well, the Baron's dead.
That's true.
You hear just like this, something shatter, something hit the ground. Dead?
Well, that's... Yeah, I mean... At least that's what it seems. His body is pretty motionless laying on the floor down below.
Yeah, and...
You hear footsteps coming towards the door. And he opens it. And with such force that it almost whacks you, so you have to kind of jump back to avoid getting hit. You see a man, he's probably in his early 20s. Very, very pale skin, dark hair. And he looks at the two of you. You can see dark circles under his eyes. By whose hand? Yours? Are you criminals here to take things?
No, we're here under the lady's request to investigate what's going on, and honestly, we haven't figured out quite yet. Maybe you could help us?
He sits there for a minute. Huh. I must say, I've been hoping that he would kick the bucket sometime soon. I suppose this is better than nothing. Oh, good. Good. Well, if you killed him, then good job.
Oh, I see.
Well, then, tell me about this experiment you were working on exactly.
Well, he kind of seems to have grabbed his, caught himself a little bit, and he kind of closes the door a little bit, just kind of blocking you guys' view. It's very delicate. I can't have people trap-saying about.
Yeah.
Oh, we're very careful. We are crime scene investigators. We know how to leave a scene undisturbed.
Exactly. Look, we're on your side here, man.
I couldn't help but hear you say experiment that you're working on. Are you a scientist?
I'm a wizard.
A wizard? Oh,
Really?
do you know identify?
I only know a couple of things.
You know,
Still working on it.
I'm a bit of a bard myself, with a few spells under my belt. Perhaps we could compare notes.
Perhaps we could.
Could I see what you're working on?
Don't be alarmed. But fine. And he opens the door and gestures for you to come in, Lucy.
Oh, God.
As he gestures for her to come in, I'm gonna go. You're gonna get it. Yep.
Are these your assistants?
So now that you walk in here, you can see that this is you can see the tables are strewn with pieces of parchment, strange diagrams drawn. A freestanding bookshelf holds a collection of bones. A dusty rug covers the floor in front of a pine box, on which lounges what appears to be a skeletal cat. Several more skeletal cats are skulking about in the corner over there. And most unnerving of all is the sight of 3 small children standing with their backs to you in the northeast corner.
Can you tell me what you got going on here, buddy?
In the center of the room, he walks over, and he kind of runs his fingers across an open-bound leather book. I am looking for a way out.
A way out?
Yes. You must know something of these lands.
A little.
I know a lot, because I read a lot. And Lucy, now that you kind of are in there, kind of like settling down and looking around, you can see that the children in the corner appear to be painted wooden dolls, dressed in clothing.
Oh, that's good.
And he looks at the 3 of you, and he looks at you and he looks back at them, catching your gaze. Oh, pay no mind to them. They are merely disobedient pupils.
So they can talk?
To be preposterous, of course not.
And these cats you have, did you resurrect them?
Yes. This book I found, among other things, he gestures to it, it's taught me a few things.
Where did you get this book from?
Surprisingly, down in the library. My father was a fool.
You know, I know a lady that I think you'd get along with really well. You see, she recently lost a cat.
You're terrible.
Well, no. I'm working on a way to get out of Barovia.
Through the same barrier that affects Strahd?
Yes, the mists. Do you know the mists?
Only from first-hand experience.
They say they're alive.
Seems that way.
Yes.
What have you learned?
He walks over to the dusty rug and lifts it up, and you now see an incantation on the ground, a circle, and runes all around it. When I complete the teleportation circle, I shall get out of these terrible to the worlds beyond.
Why
The more that you guys talk to him, the more unhinged he obviously seems.
Have those dolls moved in the corner at all?
Not that you've noticed.
Do I recognize the book he has at all?
You can make an Arcana check. No specific, like you don't like that's the book of X wizardry, but you get the general idea. It's somebody's spell book. no particular identifying marks on the exterior of it. But if you were to just make a general guess, it's probably someone's spellbook from before may have a mismatch of incantations and such inside of it.
Well, I see you're very busy. Let me consult with my partner a minute. And Lucy's gonna poke her head outside the door. Rocky, come here.
Okay. What have you found?
This guy is clearly insane, but he's doing some very disconcerting things as well. Talking about trying to make a teleportation spell to get through the mists. Now, I think that's something that we might also be interested in. He seems to have a book that he's learning from.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of skeleton cats and creepy dolls in the room.
Double. Oh boy. All right.
What do you think we should do?
That's a
Are we
great
still
question.
planning on burning this house down?
I think we have to, don't we?
Do we need to get him out of this room, or
Better yet, what if? Maybe the whole house doesn't have to go down. But
what are you saying?
what if something happens to the body as we transport it?
Like what?
I don't know.
Like we accidentally teleport it? I don't know if he's got that up and running yet.
No, but I've got an idea.
That's important.
I got an idea. But it's
Okay.
important. It's important that we do this the right way.
Like morally right, or we just do a really good job of it?
Both.
Okay, I'm listening still.
All right. We'll go down and handle the body. Let's leave this kid alone.
Okay.
Find out all you can. I'm going to go down to the body.
Okay. He's going to go take care of the Baron's body, unless you see
Excuse
it.
me.
Bless you. Here. No, my work must not be disturbed. A corpse is a corpse. It can rot. Meanwhile, we find our group here, and some time has passed, and with Ginger and Renard, and now you guys have gotten reports from some of the other individuals that keep an eye on the town, and you have found that throughout the entire town, the Baron has been found dead. No one knows why. It's mysterious. It's going all around. You guys have also found out that Isaac apparently has come under some sort of curse that only has just recently left him, potentially, and that he and his mother are currently holed up in the local prison. And so Fiona kind of has fed you all at this point, and you're all kind of still milling about in the parlor. And she says, "This is quite an opportune moment. I see your two allies must be out still working their wonders. But if... perhaps we could go to the prison. Perhaps we could be done with this."
We, huh?
"Yes, I shall take you there myself. I'm a respected person in the community. I have no doubt that I can get us there."
Yeah, you know, the thing about people hiding in prisons is they got all kinds of guards with them.
"Oh, yes, of course, that's fine. But perhaps I could arranged for them to come here. I've given some thought to what you said earlier. Perhaps this would be the most intelligent place to bring them.
Excuse me again, folks.
So, say we go ahead and off these folks for you, paving the way for you to waltz in, and what are your plans for this town exactly?
Well, we're going to open up the walls again. We're going to get commerce moving again. We'll dispose of all those ghastly wolf heads surrounding the town. Disgusting. Do away with all this gibberish, this all will be well stupidity. People being locked in shackles for not being happy. Ridiculous. We shall bring this town back some semblance of normalcy.
Bernard kind of licks his lips and listens to what she has to say. He kind of nods. Sounds like all that makes sense. You had me at commerce.
Listen. The Baron and his family have ruled Valky for generations. The same things that his father did and his father before them have been passed down. I have no ill will towards his wife. She's merely an unfortunate woman on his eye. I would, of course, be willing to accept her unconditional surrender of her position and power if she chose to give it.
Seems we'll have to be very convincing.
Perhaps you could use the same technique that you employed upon the Baron.
Yeah, hilarious.
Or perhaps one of my poor kitties. Shall we?
I'm gonna look over at Irina, see what she thinks.
Is there not any way this can be handled with talk? What Irina says. And Fiona looks at her. By all means, if you can arrange their unconditional surrender to me, then there'll be no need for any bloodshed. And if he is indeed your dear brother, why, he should have great incentive to give in to our demands.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned before, I'm fine with confronting
Me and
him.
Lucy are plotting.
If he tries to attack
good
us,
stuff.
what happens next
This
is
will be
on
good.
him.
This will be good.
So, it's settled then? We make for the prison.
Waiting on my friends. What you guys thinking? I mean, what's Ginger and Ren look like?
Ren's very quiet, just kind of staring at Fiona, thinking.
Ginger gives a thumbs up.
Guys, we're already basically all in here. Gotta see it through now. Irina will have her chance to talk them down. We'll try.
Very well then. Give me a short amount of time, and we shall head out. I suspect this will be most interesting.
I am gonna need to drink until I forget about all of this later.
If you get the chance.
Funny. Okay, give me just one sec, guys.
I gotta know, did Nikolai show up at the house at all?
Do you want out?
Is Nikolai showing his face to the group at all, or is he hiding somewhere?
Oh. He has not put in an appearance as of yet. Funny. Just making a few adjustments, guys.
I'm just waiting on the DM for a second here. So at this point, we're just waiting on the DM. He's just making a couple minor adjustments. Nothing crazy. Good to see everybody, by the way. Thanks for stopping in. As always, greatly, greatly appreciated.
All right. So let's do this, shall we?
Dun,
Give
dun.
me 1 second. I'm actually maybe.
Do, 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 do. Do.
Moving tokens around is hard. Okay, so short time later, Fiona walks downstairs, dressed in
Cats.
clothing to go out, and dressed in cats. And she looks at
That was all the
David
tokens you were expecting.
and Ernst, and she says, let us be gone. And so a few of her more loyal individuals join her, and she indicates for the rest of you to come. And so,
How many join her? It's Fiona, David, and Ernst.
yes, that's correct.
So the plan is to try to bring the sheriff and the wife here, not kill them in prison.
Yes, or negotiate the
So
unconditional surrender.
Bard is going to ask Irina to stay in the house.
No, I must see him.
But we're planning to bring him here, so...
But if it goes south, maybe I'm the only one that can get him not to hurt you.
Yeah, you got a point. If he freaks out for some reason, it might be your only chance. So I'll tell you what, why don't you stay out of sight? As in, let's cover your face. I'm sure that the lady here can provide us with a robe that, a mask or whatever that we can just cover you up with.
Do you truly think that you'll think me just some stranger accompanying all of you? I appreciate your worry, but we must face this.
I think if you walk with her group, you will blend in just fine, as long as you stay quiet.
Make a persuasion roll. You see a bit of a flicker of annoyance across her face, across her arms. Fine. But let's make it quick.
Perfect. Gotta stay quiet, because we don't want to start this at the prison around all the guards. When you reveal yourself to him, it's gonna be a big to-do. Let's do that here in a private location. So with that said, I will let the lady know what our plan is. We need a cloak and a mask. She can just go along as some sort of cloaked bodyguard and just blend in with as part of her entourage. Not walking with the Valiant Lost part of this group, but with her part.
Easy enough. She provides you and her with said items, and she does her best to disguise herself and she escorts all of you now out the door. Down the road you go, and you now see that you're not too far from where the disturbance had happened previously. Based off of reports, the group moves relatively quickly, and you find yourselves confronted with a very large amount of guards as they all stand outside of a small prison, small little area like this. As you all approach, you can see a few of the guards kind of move forward. Lady Fiona watched her. Yes. I'd wondered if you might come down here. One of the guards says, of course, it is my desire to see Lady Lydia taken care of in this terrible, terrible time of need. Yes. The guard says, well, of course, go right ahead. And they move to the side, allowing your group to pass. And Ernst kind of walks over. Let's be careful here. I doubt we have anything to fear here. And Irina kind of moves over here, kind of hanging back on the side there. You guys kind of move over. You there, she points at this guard right here. Fetch your mistress for me. I may speak with her. Yes, of course. And he walks inside. And after a short amount of time, you hear her voice. I will speak with Fiona. And so Fiona kind of looks at all of you. And she then kind of speaks in a hushed tone, looking at all of you. We'll go in. I will seek to politely invite her with us. If anything goes awry, be prepared to come in a moment's notice.
Would you like me to go inside with you?
I feel it would be best if I spoke with her.
All right. I'm more respected in this town. She might feel a little safer.
Why not? I have attended every billiards game and such that she's ever conducted in her little home. I suspect I will have no trouble speaking with her.
Bernard will just kind of gesture to go ahead.
Ren's gonna quietly walk up beside her and see if he can sneak in without being noticed.
Do you have some sort of magic trick that you can do to...
Quietly open the door without her protesting, and then everyone sees you? Or do you mean you're trying to be...
Yeah, what are we doing here?
I'm gonna try to slip in the door behind her as she walks in.
Okay. So she walks up to the door beside the guard. You walk up behind her and try to walk in. You are immediately... a polearm is thrust in your face. We'll be having no other visitors besides Fiona.
Ren will take a step back. I'll look at Renard. I don't like this.
Arnold kind of his eyebrows with you, as if to say he doesn't feel totally comfortable either. But what can we do? If you can read all of that at a glance.
Anyway, get back. He kind of motions you back towards your group.
Ren steps back.
The door closes, and you find all of you now just kind of waiting. Marina kind of shuffles a little bit from one foot to another. Do you think she's going to try something?
For that again.
Do you think she's going to try something? She says quietly.
Nothing we can do now but wait and find out, huh?
No, I suppose not.
Be on your guard. But I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if I held my button down. But yeah, be on your guard. I don't fully trust anyone.
More time passes. See David kind of pacing over here, back and forth a little bit. And then, finally, you see the door open, and Fiona and Lady Lydia walk out. And behind them, you can see Isaac now. And Isaac looks at everyone. Seems that great many things have been happening under our noses.
Ruh-roh. This could be trouble. This could be really good or really bad.
He was like a father to me. He was my father. And to find out that you lot killed him. He points at the three of you.
Yep.
It fills me with all rage that I could possibly contain.
Yeah, that was bad.
Arrest them. And all of the guards kind of like look at each other for a moment, startled. Arrest them, says Isaac. And you see Fiona, Ernst, David, stand down. And you see the two of them kind of look at each other and move to the side. And Fiona kind of looks at the three of you. And you get a meaningful look from her. Very meaningful. I would not resist if I were the three of you.
Oh shit.
The guards now are kind of moving in the surrounding manner.
How many guards are around us?
As many as you can see on the map.
What would they say? Renard kind of steps away from Irina to make sure she's not part of this. And he says, we'll go with them and get this all sorted out.
What is it to sort out? And you now can see, looking more at the lady, Lady Lydia, her face is like just streamed in tears. And, killed him. What have you done? What have you all done? And so the guards kind of move forward slowly towards all of you. And one of them, throw down your arms.
So, Rin, Ginger, what you guys doing?
So Ginger's recently had a baby, so my guess is she's got the child. And rather than hearing the screams of a kid on the mic, she's being polite and just writing. Ginger's saying she's going to go quietly, and she's too many people to go on to take on.
Yeah.
So
Ginger
looks like
fills
she's
that.
going to
You
take
guys
on with
stand down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take off my daggers. I got one on my belt, on my boot. Hand them over or drop them or whatever they're indicating. And I'll lay my pistols on top of it.
Ren's gonna toss his scimitars to the ground.
And the bow, as it calls out.
Gonna shoulder his bow, look at Lady Fiona and go, I wonder what you told them that made them think it was us.
Why, the truth, of course. You three criminals sought work. No doubt agents of Strahd, coming here to disrupt this town. And yes, I name him. I name him because I'm not afraid of him. Your husband said all will be well, and we will trust in his words. These enemies will be dealt with. And you see Lydia just kind of, thank you for your loyalty, thank you. I cannot believe we have been so taken in by these outsiders. And then she stops with a start. Victor, my son, the other two, the ones with the group. I told them to go there. I was a fool. They might be hurting him even now. I would not worry too much about your son, Isaac says. The odds of them finding him holed up in that attic are slim to none. He's not one to go down for guests or anything outside of food. He's probably safe. We shall go check on him. And he looks at the three of them. Take their weapons. Lock them in there. There'll be an execution tomorrow. And so the guards kind of like come up, keeping their weapons handy, and they grab all of your arms and then indicate towards the prison. Go along quietly, don't try anything stupid. You guys agree to go?
I think we pretty much already have.
Just making sure we're moving. Alright. So, all of you begin to move over there. And one of the guards, you too, eh? She is with me, says Fiona. One of my group. And she indicates for Irina to quickly move over towards David, which she does. And is it, well, what did they do with Irina? They took her, did they not? No worries, says Fiona. She's safe. You have nothing to worry about. Well, that's good. May I see her soon? And this massive man just looks, this scowling, angry individual looks so soft right now, asking about this woman. Kind of catches you guys a little bit aback, seeing some actual emotion in this person.
So they're still ushering us out,
Yes.
or
Yeah, you guys are being escorted towards the prison there that they all came out of.
at this point, I'm gonna say not too loudly, but just kind of look over at Ren, or not Ren, look over at Renard and say, loud enough for Irina to hear, it might be safe. We would have been safer with your brother. Just looking at Renard.
Hey, why do you care what happened to her? You kidnapped Irina.
You're saying that to Isdik?
Yep.
No, I looked over at Renard and said we might have been safer at with your brother. I'm talking to Renard.
Right, you spoke to me and then I spoke to Isaac.
She is my sister. She's of no concern of yours.
I don't know. What I saw in that room was pretty concerning to anybody.
And he looks at you, and you see a shuffle of movement. That softness that was there a moment ago, gone almost instantly, in a bit of just anger, just riches across his face, like just lightning through the sky, just there. And You just see his fist just fly out and just cock you right in the face. He knocks you down to the ground. Say something again. Say something again.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I thought so, you damn lunatic.
Well, the fox is gonna get his ass kicked.
Take 2 bludgeoning damage from being punched. Lunatic. Shut you, lunatic.
You freaking doll make psycho.
Oh, I'll show you, psycho. I'll put your pelt on my wall, fox
You're
man.
a kidnapper and you're locking me up, you hypocrite.
I didn't kill the Baron. And now, Renard, you notice something that kind of catches your eye as he's getting flustered and angry. And like I said, in the past, normally he wears a cloak that kind of covers most of his body there. And you can see as it kind of flaps out, you can see his other arm at last, usually hidden from view. And you can see it is distinctly a bright red. And the texture of the skin is not human.
Interesting.
Get him out of my sight before I tear his head off with my own teeth. So the guard kind of grabs you up by the scruff of your neck, a little roughly, put you back on your feet. Get out of here. Go on in. I'll kill you. Best enjoy what little life you got left. Kind of pushes you forward.
I'm gonna glare at Izek and spit on the ground and move along.
3 of you are escorted into the prison. Small enough. You see a few rows of cells along the wall there, and each of you are escorted to your own individual cell with a thin wall between the 3 of you. Doors are shut, locked, and after a few moments, you're all alone.
So how far into this building were we escorted in?
You are... I do not actually have a map of the building at the moment, to be very honest with you. So you're in the back half, right here. It's this wall.
So are there any windows in here? This place is just like a solid room or what?
There's a couple of small windows on either side of the building. They're barred, of course.
Is anybody like looking at us? There's bars, like they're just looking in here like it's a regular cell, or we're kind of closed off basically?
You're open, like with cell bars in front of you. They've all been shut.
Or
And the guard broke down at the moment.
like when they were in here talking before, we could see into this building from the outside, is what you're saying? Or there's a cell inside and then there's a little walkway.
Right. When you walk open the door, walk inside. There's a little kind of like a lobby, if you will. Behind that, a little further out, is going to be multiple cells. There's 5 in total.
Okay, so how many people are in here other than us?
You guys are the only ones in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Second Wind on myself to heal my hit points. And I'm gonna walk over and find myself a corner and kind of sit down. Are there cots or chairs or what's in here?
Yeah, small cot, little basin for relieving yourselves in each cell. Little chair.
Oh, are we in separate cells?
You are. You're all 3 in separate cells.
Okay. So yeah, I'll find myself a cot and just have a seat. Second Wind heals enough that I don't even need to roll it. It's a D10 plus my fighter level, so that'll heal what I've been hurt.
Okay.
Well, folks, I suggest we just sit tight.
And part of our group is now arrested.
How well lit is it in here?
It's daytime, so the windows are casting enough natural light in there you guys can see. It's not a very big building at all.
for now we don't have much choice. When we get out of here, killing her is my first priority.
Maybe, maybe not. To be honest, when she fingered us, I almost shot her on the spot. But something tells me that she changed plans inside. Maybe not completely against us. I say we stay open. Let's wait and see what happens. She didn't hand Irina over to what's his name, so she's not completely on their side.
We don't know that he wasn't actually protecting her.
No chance of us finding out much from in here. Hence why, let's just wait and see what happens.
So we'll move back over to our other intrepid adventurers. See what they're up to. So, Rocky and Lucy, you guys are upstairs. What are we doing?
I'm gonna keep talking to Victor.
And he has no problem chatting with you. He's at this point he feels that you're a bit of an audience. You seem to have taken interest in his work, and so he is chatting with you like you guys have been friends since time began.
Can I copy a spell from his book? Would he let me if I asked?
I don't know. Ask him.
Hey, Victor. That's a really cool, circle you drew. Is that from the book? That incantation that you drew under the rug?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I could maybe copy that a little bit just to put it in my notes?
Oh,
I'm a bit of a collector, of really interesting things, and I think that's a thing of beauty you got there.
Hey, make a persuasion roll.
Can I use my inspiration?
Why, of course you can.
Do I just do it twice?
So just roll advantage.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, good job. Good job.
Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to let you see it. But I suppose we could all use the teleportation circle to leave together if you wish.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Well, you got it working yet?
Not just yet. I've been practicing, though. You see, and he kind of holds the book open for you to look. And now you can see, upon kind of going through it, that there are pages missing. Some of the sigils are missing from the book, so it's not quite working exactly. It's kind of worked a couple of times as I've tested it, but well, I'm not entirely certain what's happened, but I'm working on it. I've been trying a couple different ways of doing it. I've been doing a lot of research, and I'm confident that I will eventually be able to create this. Perhaps if you know of magic as well, you could assist me.
Of course. I'm worried we're under a bit of a time crunch right now, though. Maybe, and I have to be honest with you here, Victor. I think that, do you know of the lady Fiona Watchter?
Yeah, of course, I know.
She kind of wants to take over the town.
He shrugs.
And she wants your entire family dead.
Not surprising. Did you know that I was engaged to her daughter once?
Oh, really? How'd that go?
I guess, well, no, actually we were married. I'm sorry, my parents arranged it. I didn't pay her much heed. Oh, how did it go? Well, I suppose well enough. She was nice enough. I don't know. She was kind of nice enough, and she spent a decent amount of time with my mother. My mother, she is sweet. But
Why aren't you married anymore then?
she went crazy.
Oh. And you don't know why?
Well, I might have an idea or two.
I mean, I'm kind of laying all my cards on the table for you here, Victor. What do you got?
Well, she would help me sometimes with my experiments, and I'm afraid one of the spells went awry. She thinks she's a cat now or something.
Oh, a common mistake. It was probably her own fault.
It was an accident. But she was of no use to me at that point, so we sent her back.
I see. Can I copy what is available in the spell book? What do I do?
Why? Yeah, why not?
Now, why don't you tell me a little bit more about what you're working on here while I write this down?
Yes. So I actually had started working on cats, and I
James!
intended to bring them to life.
What's up, big man?
And I actually had first thought I might.
Good seeing you, brother. Good seeing you.
Not of cats, but of actual people. But I'm afraid that was just a bit too far-fetched.
I mean, like cats would probably work.
Yeah, yes, but they're small and they're honestly quite brittle. Now, people would have been the way to go, but so ghastly. I don't want to hurt anyone, but don't want any.
Glad to have you in the building, man.
You know, something of interest. Did you notice that red moon a few weeks ago?
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Yes. I hear that from my studies, looking through, say it's one of the signs of the end times. Do you believe that the world will come to an end?
Yeah, people are always saying stuff like that.
Yes. It's hastened my desire to leave Barovia. They say there are worlds beyond here. Worlds that are beautiful, not drab and bored as this one is.
Well,
Hey, you too, James.
Tell
Thanks
me.
for stopping in, man. Anytime. Come in, hang
How do you
out.
control your cat army?
Oh, just a simple spell. I can command them. It's one of the spells I learned in here. Here, and he points to a spell in there in the book. It's called Animate Dead.
Lucy copies that one too.
So, upon looking through the book, Lucy, you will find the following spells that you may or may not be able to use depending upon what your class can do.
Okay.
You will find Animate Dead. You will find Glyph of Warding, Levitate, and Remove Curse. You'll have to look those up and put those down here.
Well, Victor, it's been a pleasure, but I should probably get going, and honestly, you should probably come with me. I'm pretty sure someone's going to try and kill you soon. And your mom's still out there somewhere, and Isaac probably.
Yeah. I probably will be fine. No one knows I'm up here.
I mean, we found you, didn't we?
How did you find me?
I'm a cat. I find strings.
Oh. He shrugs. I must continue the work on the teleportation circle. I must. It's the only way out. You would be wise to continue to help me.
Do you think it's something we can finish in 30 minutes?
No, it probably would take us a week or so working together.
Okay. Well, listen, if I can survive today, I'll be sure to come back.
All right, I'm going to put a glyph of warding on the door. I know this spell from the book. Be careful if anyone touches it. It may kaboom!
Good to know. I'm gonna shake his hand. Victor, it's been a pleasure.
Lucy, I wish there were more people like you in this world. I would not wish to leave it so desperately if there were.
Don't I know it?
Yes.
Good luck,
And then-
Victor.
Turns his head over his shoulder. Pipe down, he says, in the general direction of the 3 wooden dolls.
Classic Victor. And I'm gonna leave.
The door shuts. You hear some murmurings in the language of magic.
Whee! Is there anything else in this room?
Oh, junk. I mean, like, I give you, like, all kinds of fun stuff.
Give me the best junk. Give me one thing I can grab as I run out of the room.
You find an old pogo stick.
It's too big. I'm gonna try and bounce on it a few feet and then fall over. Then in process, knock something over and then run downstairs to find Rocky.
Rocky, what are you doing?
All right. While she was doing all of that, I am in the meantime going to come over to the dogs, and I'm going to take a look at their canines and see how big these dogs' canines are. Are they big? Are they sharp? How big?
Well, upon inspecting the ground, since their heads were both blown apart, you do find that there are reasonably sized. They're mastiffs, so mastiffs are fairly big dogs.
Right.
So you pick their teeth off. I mean, they're probably close to about an inch in length. I mean, these things they're big.
Okay. I'm going to then kind of take these teeth and kind of hold them towards my mouth, sort of to get the distance right to where the canines should be. First, time out. Being in this landscape and in general, vampires are vampires in this world, correct? I mean, we would know roughly about them, correct? I mean, we would know whatever
you have
legends
a
are.
general idea of vampires. I mean, you know some very basic things about them. Having said that, I'm not sure if any of you have ever met one in person, other than
Sure, and we wouldn't know necessarily. I'm just saying, it's not like there's different rumors of them here, right? I mean, they still drink blood, bite the neck, bite whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, vampires are vampires as far as Rocky's aware.
Okay, well in that case, gonna take the 2 teeth. I'm gonna take and grab my holy symbol for a second, kind of, please, sorry to do this, but, and I'm gonna make sure they're on the right distance roughly of what a tooth bite or a mouth bite would be, and I'm gonna sink them in the Baron's neck as well.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pull the teeth out. Make sure that there's decent holes there that we can see that it looks like he's been bit. Not overly obvious, but noticeable.
Sure.
And throw the teeth back on the ground, you know. I mean, heck, they're scattered everywhere anyway, so.
Okay. So the Baron there now has 2 large puncture holes in his neck, about an approximation of where you'd expect a bite.
Yeah.
He has 2 sword wounds in his chest and a bullet wound as well. So he has been his body is quite roughed up at this point.
Yeah. Where the bullet wound is, I'm going to grab my dagger and I'm going to puncture that so it's not quite round for a bullet. You know what I mean? So I'm looking to...
Yeah, you're trying to... You're widening it out, making it less... trying to disguise the wound.
It's not as much of a bullet, but more looks like a short sword,
Sure.
So I'm going to do that on the bullet wound, and outside of that, I'm going to inspect the rest of the room and just kind of start making sure that it looks... it looks like there's been a struggle in here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this place looks crazy.
So, Okay. Well. All right. I mean, I think that's all I'm going to do in here. I mean, that's... I don't really have anything left to deal with. Ooh, I will... even though I know he's dead and it's beyond repair, I'm going to go ahead and cast the cantrip Spare the Dying and touch him just to make sure, obviously. But that's for my own personal reasons in the back of my head.
Okay. Yeah, no, nothing takes effect.
Okay.
Maybe should have done that first.
There's a reason why I did it, but you'll see. Okay. I think that's what I've got.
Right. So as you do that, you hear Lucy kind of scampering towards you.
As I'm running through the bedroom, can I peek out the window and see what the streets are like?
Yeah.
The guards are doing outside?
So you kind of look out the window there. You see the streets are mostly devoid of the townspeople themselves. But you kind of catch in the distance there. Yep, you're pretty sure you see Isaac and maybe 10 to 15 guards heading towards the mansion.
Oh, shit. Lucy's gonna run. Rocky, time to go! Rocky.
What?
Not getting a response. I'll just burst into the study.
What?
Kramer style.
Huh?
Isaac's coming. He has 10 to 15 guards with him. I fear the worst.
Interesting.
Did you finish here?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll hold up under interrogation?
I have
Worried
ideas.
about Ren and the rest.
Well, if Isaac's coming here, then my spell has worn off, and they have obviously put something together. We have two options, Lucy, and I'll let you pick. One, we stay here and defend our cause and state we believe this is what happened. We were sent here, and we hold. We can tell them the truth and still be truthful about everything we know without totally incriminating ourselves. Or, we walk out of here, we light this mother on fire, or we just leave, go to the other lady's house, and see what the rest of the people or what the rest of our crew is doing. At this point, they should be back there.
And if they're not?
Then it's the Rocky and Lucy show.
Alright.
We'll find them and we'll get them out. Or find them in general, I guess. We shouldn't say get them out. We'll find them and do everything we can.
Okay, Rocky.
Are we getting out of here?
Let's get out.
All right. Jump on my back and let's go.
I'm not going to jump on his back. I'm going to follow.
Now you can ride the show. All right. Meow.
Go on, Rocky. I'll catch up.
All right. I'm going to start heading downstairs.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So basically, you guys make your way downstairs, and
Yeah, I mean, we're going to quickly go out the opposite direction that the guys were coming, you know?
yeah, they're coming from actually the back side of the house, so you can go out the front door and not run into them.
We're going to head out, tell them, all right, thank you for taking care of everything. It's time for us to go to report our findings. Make sure the house stays on lockdown. Don't let anybody else in, because they could really mess things up there. By the way, there's a gentleman all the way upstairs.
Yeah.
And remember, beware of Isaac, because he's cursed.
And with
by
that,
Strahd himself. Wah!
Lucy, come on. And with that, I'm going to walk out the front door and basically come on, let's go.
So the two of you rush out the front door, and the guards left
Looking.
scratching their heads. What's Lucy doing?
Lucy's looking to make sure Isaac isn't around.
Yeah, no, he's actually he's coming from the road behind the house over there to the far left. So he's not out in the front. You come out and you basically see the road. So
Okay, Lucy's gonna jump on Rocky's shoulder. How fast can you run?
Not yet. And I wait till I get into a tree line or around a house, and then gone.
beats don't fail you now.
Yeah, we start
All right.
scooting.
With that, we will call it for the evening.
Woohoo! Not dead yet.
And because of the excellent roleplay and situations that have happened tonight, you guys are all level 5.
Woo!
Oh, great! I level up in jail.
That's right. That jail sentence has done wonders for you. You've been lifting a lot of weights in there, push-ups.
It seems like it, Marco. It really does.
Just in time for my execution.
It does feel
Now
like
it'll
it.
take longer to die.
That's right. Hopefully things will go smoothly, and maybe you guys won't be so dead.
By
I can
the
only
way-
hope. If not, we'll have to start a new adventure.
But by the way, Lucy, we just had a question on YouTube. One of the guys, Ed Marco, longtime viewer, it says, so is Lucy Rocket and Slice'em Groot? Oh,
Awesome.
I feel like there was definitely that type of bond with Lucy and Rocky tonight. Definitely,
I'm sure the jumping on shoulders helps.
I'm sure it does. Next thing we need to do is get you some sort of repeating crossbow so you can just be on my shoulder and we can spin and let you shoot.
We should
Lucy's not allowed to have repeating crossbows. We'll all die.
re-roll as an artificer.
How can this not go well?
Oh, this sounds great. I think we're going to get one of those made. Yes, I feel like that should happen. We have a very valid claim. Matter of fact, I think maybe that we can put that in our YouTube deal. Like so many likes or something, we can get a repeating crossbow or two for Lucy.
May God help us all.
That is going to be awesome.
So this just a reminder, guys. This Saturday we are going to have a special Christmas D&D adventure, and I have been preparing for the group. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We will be running completely different characters. So that'll be interesting, little change of pace there. Got to get in the Christmas spirit since we've been in the Halloween spirit for a while, and we'll still be there for a little bit. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I was hoping, as long as time's permitting, did you guys want to start at 7 instead of 8? We can get a little head start on it.
Yeah, it should work.
Okay.
It's
If any
possible.
changes, just let me know. But it will. My intention it is indeed a one shot, so we will finish it. But it should be a lot of fun. Should be a good Christmas time. Everyone, I think we'll have a good time. It'll be good for the stream.
Good.
So just a couple of quick notes. Just remember, your group, for the most part, will all know each other in some way, shape, or form. So we'll have some minor introductions, just mainly for the sake of the audience, and a little bit for you guys just to kind of halfway know. But feel free to talk amongst yourselves about your characters to a degree. It's no big deal if you guys know each other. We're gonna kind of skip the whole "Hey, who are you?" type thing for the most part. So we want to kind of hit the ground running and have a good time.
Okay.
And if you need help on your characters or whatever, please let me know. Roll20 has been updated with most of the available stuff. And on top of that, we will have a guest player with us on Saturday evening. So
Guest.
it will be a lot of fun, and I think everyone will have a great time. So until then, thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone, too.
Awesome. I'm going to jump down on the channel and I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, guys, there you go. You heard it. We've got a couple things going on. Like the DM just said, we're going to have our one-shot. It's going to be a Christmas deal. So we'll have some deals up like that. So that's going to be going on. That's going to be this weekend. I'll tweet about it. I'll try to let everybody know. And then on top of that, let's do a quick rundown of this episode. So we had a lot of shenanigans yet again. Lucy and Rocky had a great time. I honestly absolutely enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun to play. Even with the downtime, I had fun listening to what the other group was doing. A lot of shenanigans, a lot of stuff going on. What's going to happen with the other group? I don't know. Obviously they're in jail. We've got Lucy and Rocky out on the run. What does that mean for those two? Who knows? Can we, along with the help of the viewers, maybe convince the DM to give Lucy some repeating crossbows? Please help me out. Leave some comments. Tell him, give Lucy crossbows, repeating crossbows, hand crossbows, like little pistols. It'll be awesome. So do that. Get everybody you can and just come leave a comment. Like, just tell your friends at work. Be like, hey, listen, I know this is really dumb, but go leave this comment on this YouTube video. And it just needs to say, give Lucy repeating hand bow or hand crossbows. So that way we can get that going. That will be totally awesome. Thank you for pointing that out, Marco. Good call. Now, with that being said, the episode was tons of fun. We had a lot of stuff happen. A lot of shenanigans, a lot of crazy. Whether it was the party that basically Rocky and Lucy threw in the very beginning, getting the town to get on board and have a blast, all the way up to being declared like king and queen, or not king and queen, but the top investigators for the town as we investigated the Baron's death. We met some interesting people. We met the Victor fellow who is up in his attic creating crazy spells. Maybe we can do something with this teleportation. This could be interesting. We'll see what happens there. And we've got some other backstories. So, again, a lot of little stuff that came into play today. No fights, no major rolling. But we got to see the characters do a lot of other things. And this is the joys of D&D. It's not just about, slash and hack and blowing stuff up. It's strategy, it's skill, it's playing. It's being those people in that moment and what would you do? Who is that character? And I try to play my character Rocky the same way, kind of somewhat of a law-abiding but citizen that is in general good and wants to see the good happen, but will skew what's going on around him if it helps him further his good. And so right now his good is taking care of his crew. He's been placed in a place he doesn't know about, and nothing seems right to him. So his moral compass is kind of blown right now. He doesn't really know what is right and wrong because, as we've seen, a lot of these people are just different. This group has been thrust into a lot of different scenarios, and it's caused them to have this whole new dynamic all the time. So this character of mine is trying to figure out what's good, what's bad, who's who, and since he trusts nobody other than these random individuals that he's now been teamed up with, to him, good is taking care of his teammates, and almost at an all-cost type scenario now. And so that changes for him. This is drastically different. This is not who he was previously. You guys didn't see the very, very first episode of this. Unfortunately, it was kind of our test phase. And him and Renard, the fox, got into it because they were stealing something, and Lucy. And he demanded answers. He wanted the answers now because he was in the normal land. It was normal. It was normalcy. You don't steal from a museum just because you want extra gold. And now their adventure, their quest has blown up. Their original to-do, and now all he has is this group. So for him, that moral code is now shifting. It's changing. And we see that in real life. And that's something that people deal with on a daily basis. And so that's what this character is going through now. And it's going to be interesting to see how this continues to go for this character. I think it's kind of a fun character to play. So hopefully you guys enjoy it and enjoy watching and developing the characters around this character of mine and seeing where they go. And maybe we can find a way to dive into those characters a little more often. But with that being said, I'm getting out of here for tonight. You guys take care, have fun, and as always, thanks for coming and watching. Keep on gaming. Till next time, adios.